In Seattle, this teenage girl was beaten by bullies as bystanders simply watch. All over the country, shocking cases of girls being very mean girls. 16-year-old Mary Kate Bell knows all too well that bullying can get very violent.
High school just changed everything for me.
She says every day in her Long Island, New York high school is like running through a minefield, trying to avoid her former best friend, who's now her bully.
I've been having like nightmares about her, and just seeing her in school gets me like nauseous.
Mary Kate says the fight started over a boy.
Just a bunch of rumors started, and she just got really angry.
Jealousy would take the form of constant bullying, she says, at school, at home on the internet, and her cell phone.
We were just texting back and forth.
Angry?
Yeah, and she was telling me she's going to come to my house.
Her mother, Kathy, says it was a non-stop assault all hours of the day. There was a pattern of her being bullied.
Oh, absolutely. 3 o'clock in the morning, text messages, phone calls, threatening calls. The girl harassed her for 2 solid weeks. She harassed her.
Now bullying can occur 24/7.
It's relentless.
You can constantly be preyed on and stalked.
Psychologist Gail Saltz says the internet has made bullying easier and harsher than ever. How constant can the bullying be?
It is constant because when they're not actively being bullied, they're actively fearing the next bullying event.
And if this sounds like typical teenage drama, there was nothing typical about what happened next. One afternoon when Mary Kate's attacker came to her home, a beating so brutal, she woke up in the hospital.
And we walked into the emergency room, and all of a sudden faces started turning, and I thought, oh my God, everybody's staring. Why are they looking at me like that? Something's bad's happened. And the mother and me ripped the curtain open, and I look behind, I'm like, oh my God, and she starts crying. And I said, oh my God, who did this to you? Who did this to our daughter?
This is what Mary Kate looked like. When you look at this picture, what do you think your friend was trying to do?
I think she was trying to kill me.
But the Bells say the school refused to expel Mary Kate's bully because the alleged attack took place off campus. So they ignore it.
They don't ignore it, but they can't legally do anything because it happened on a Saturday at my home, not in school.
So 2 weeks after she was released from the hospital, Mary Kate returned to school, only to face her tormentor again. The taunting from her didn't end after the fight on the lawn, right?
No. It was like my first day back, and her friend were running up behind me, and it was just looks in the hallways and like nudges in my shoulder.
She was writing things on her Facebook page.
Yeah, it was
Karma's a bitch, you got what you deserve. I hope you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
A year later, and Kathy Bell says her daughter still lives in fear, and she'll never be able to make sense of how Mary Kate fell victim to bullying.
What would make somebody so angry as to take her face and repeatedly bash it into Belgian block till her face was falling off and leave her unconscious?
All the way across the country in Spanaway, Washington, a death threat targeting an 11-year-old. This video was posted by Piper Smith's classmates, uploaded on YouTube, called 6 Ways to Kill Piper.
We sign our cards and letters BFF. You got a million ways to make me laugh.
What did you think when you saw the video?
I started crying.
You cried?
Because I didn't think it was going to be like that.
Do you think they saw it as a joke?
No.
What do you think they saw it as?
I think they meant it.
It all started when Piper took a stand against girls who were bullying one of her friends in middle school.
They started to tease other girls and stuff, make fun of them. And this one girl in our class, they would actually like physically bully her, like they'd kick her and stuff, and they called her names all the time. They excluded her from parties, and yeah, she's my friend. She's really nice.
You don't like it. What do you say to them?
I told them to stop because I was sick of it, and they were being rude to everyone, and I walked away.
Piper was doing the right thing, but it turned out to be the wrong move. She had been a popular member of the in crowd, but now she was the target of red-hot hatred online.
I was shocked. I thought it would just be kids being kids, something funny. And it wasn't funny. I mean, the very first scene, she's laying there dead.
The Smiths say they turned to the other kids' parents, then to the school to ensure Piper's safety. But they say it took letters to the central office and media appearances like this.
They didn't do anything to ensure her safety in school. I hope to find kids making jokes, and it wasn't. It was death.
For the kids involved to receive a 4-day suspension.
The combination of the threats on your daughter and the reaction or lack thereof by the school. You just couldn't deal with what you believed was your daughter being vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you spend your life doing, is protecting your child. I couldn't believe the video was done in the first place. I couldn't believe the parents didn't bring their kids and say, we're really sorry, this was just their bad idea of a joke. I couldn't believe the administration letting me down, telling me, we'll handle this while she still goes to school and gets bullied. I mean, the intimidation is what it is. She would come home and say, Mom, she'd cry. She'd cry when she came home from school.
Our baby was missing 2 and 3 days of school a week.
Victims and their families have been speaking out, but the people we may need to hear from the most have been silent until now.
When a group of engineers who can see the future meets a team at Goldman Sachs who can see potential, investors are found.